Hi. Here I am again. It's day 4 of the Feel Your Chi challenge. And so far, you started to get reacquainted with your sensory neural network, and you've started to recognize that there are sensory receptors all over the place in your body. And you've started working on using the least amount of effort necessary to get the job done. And we're starting to look at where are the kinks in the hose? Where are the kinks in your body that stop the energy from flowing freely? So today we're going to talk about sequential activation of the joints, which is simply an exercise, again, using the least amount of effort necessary to get the job done, but primarily with the concept that I want to introduce of reaching. Reaching is very pervasive all through life and through Tai Chi, okay? And when I say reaching, it's reaching towards something in order to connect with it. Reaching is not pushing away. Reaching is not warding off. Reaching is extending in order to connect. Even if you're doing a ward off, you're extending with the intention of connecting with whatever it is you're trying to ward off. So start thinking of reaching as an extension outward with the intention of connecting. Now, what we're going to do, this exercise is very simple with the sequential activation of the joints. You're going to first activate your finger, right? Feel into your finger. So you're getting a little coherence. And when you can feel your finger, activate your wrist so that the wrist is activated. And then you're going to reach forward with the wrist and the fingers. And at some point when your elbow starts getting engaged, you're going to start reaching forward with the elbow so that now you are reaching, fingers, wrist, elbow, and the shoulder is the last thing that comes into play. You can test this by putting your hand on your shoulder and doing finger, wrist, reach, 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 reach. And make sure there's no tension in the shoulder. The shoulder will activate at one point and swivel up or forward, but there should be no tension, no excess stress on the shoulder. The shoulder should be open so that the energy can freely move from inside your body through your arm towards what you're reaching towards. The operative thing here is to practice reaching with the intention of connecting. So finger, wrist, reach forward with the elbow, and connect with something. Connect with a drink. And coming back after you've connected, it's the other way. It's right. Elbows reaching back, wrist is reaching round, and fingers. So I think the most important thing for me here is the idea of reaching extension to connect, extending out to connect, and doing it with the least amount of effort necessary to get the job done. Now, the sequential is to separate out what are you using to make the motion? What are you using in your reach? Are you using too much shoulder? Are you trying to do it with, your forearm? What are you reaching with? Now, you can reach with a lot of different things, but for this exercise, I want you to reach with the finger first, then the wrist, and then the elbow, and then connect with something. I think that's about all I want you to have to worry about today. Not even to worry, but to play with. Play with that today. Play with reaching and notice where, if anywhere, too much effort is being used. Notice if there's some other part of your body that is trying to do the motion for you. To reach out and pick up my drink, I only really need my arm. I don't need my back, my legs, my neck. my arm, I can do it with my arm. All right, so if you've done this and you feel like you really got it, you try it in different directions. Finger, wrist, reach to the side, two hands, fingers, wrist, elbows up and down. Try it in different ways. Do it on an angle. Finger, wrist, reach without the shoulders coming in any kind of tense way. They will swivel, when it's a swivel joint, but you're not trying to do it with tension from the shoulders. All right. If you're really, really good and adventurous, you can try it with a little weight, right? You won't really work much with the finger. You'll just feel the weight with the finger so that you're connecting with the weight. And you think of wrist, wrist is reaching, elbow's reaching, and the shoulder doesn't really come into play until the very end. And then coming down, it's elbow's reaching down, wrist, and down. Play with that today any way you like. The operative word here is reaching to connect. Reaching to connect, least amount of effort necessary to get the job done. All right, have fun with it. I know it might be kind of silly. You can do it watching TV, listening to music. Anyway, try it. See what it does for you. And I will see you tomorrow.